So here I am. I'm located at Pirates Bay again, chilling out. This is, I think, one of my favorite spots to just chill and relax and do a live to air because it gives off such good ambiance. As you can see, it's a sunshiny day today, but let me turn the camera around just so you guys can see why I'm squinting. Oh, let me turn off the data. It's a little bit of an overcast day again. Seems like every Wednesday that I'm out here, it's an overcast day, huh? Very, very nice out today. Guys, thank you for joining me. This video today is coming at you because I can't come at you enough with this topic. Let me see who is saying hi right now. Hola, Horace. Hola, Horace. Vero. Hola. How you guys doing? Very nice to see you guys. And beautiful getaways. Hey, how are you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in. I have been so busy, but I've been really looking forward to my Wednesdays with you guys. It's been really on my mind though to help you guys as much as I can with renting and buying. A lot of you guys are asking about buying. Oh, wow, there's a few more messages here. Let me just say hi to everyone before I get into my conversation here. We have Storytell. Hey, how are you? Long time no hear. I was in Sosua 2 weeks ago and seen you fly by on the back of a motorcycle. I love my motor conchos. You guys know that. And then we have Martin. Hello, sweetheart. How you doing? DC. Hello, DC. DC will be here in a month from now. I think you'll be here at the end of the month or something. Then we have Lisa. Hola. And then we have Deborah. Hola, Deborah. We have Joanne. Hi, sweetheart. Horace, raining for a week here. How's the weather there? It's been a little rainy on and off. Really, it has. Jeff, hi. Just yelled at you on the moto. Was that you? You were in a car going towards like Charamicos area and I was on Route 5 coming towards Bate? I heard someone say, Cerise! And I turned around right away. Was that you, Jeff? And then Jody, hello. Finally catching a live. You look beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. Vero, living in Dominican Republic now. Are you kidding? That's amazing. Beautiful getaways. Hi, we met you at Flip Flops. Oh, nice. What's your name? Sometimes people don't like to give their names out, so sorry to call you out like that. It's so sunny here. Hold on. I'm going to clean my glasses to see if it's my glasses. It's a little bit better. A little bit better. Next month, DC. Okay, awesome. And then we have Dominic. Hello. How are you? Jeff, walking near Casa Valeria. Okay. Oh, just now. You were just now by Casa Valeria. You're like, Cerise, you're the vlogger. Was that you? Alex. And beautiful getaway says Brianna and Taka. Oh, how are you, sweetheart? Last Friday. Yes. Taka. Am I pronouncing it right? Give me a shout because I found a one bedroom for it's going for 55,000, and I found another one right here, 55,000 furnished. So I've been thinking about you because I don't have your information, and I'm like, yo, that one that you were getting in Perla Marina for 79,000 furnished all the way over there. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, no, it should be at least 69,000 and not 79,000. So give me a shout, please, on WhatsApp, and I'm going to send you some photos. Remember, you don't need to. I'm going to be getting more into that in a minute after I see. Let me check all these messages first. Martin says winter. And Jeff says yes. Okay, Jeff. Dominic says I'll be there Friday. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Horace, prices are going up 30 to 40% down there. 100%. Alex, love the channel. Thank you, Alex. Beautiful getaways. I will tell her. Okay, so you are Brianna. And then Jesse Short says, hola, Cerise. Hey, how you doing? You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. The prices are going up. I did a video the other day on the food prices going up. And when I put up that video, a lot of people were like, prices are going up all around the world. And yes, they are. It is just interesting. I didn't realize that because I've been living here for a while. And then who's that? Elias. Hola, how are you doing? So I've been living here for a while and I didn't realize that the prices were going up so much around the world. But the way that they're going up here in the Dominican Republic is, I don't think it has anything to do with the locals. I think it has to do with all of us foreigners. And this is not to put us foreigners down and say that we are changing everything here, but it is to say that, wow, we are really coming in and we are really doing our thing here, but we have to remember the locals because the prices are going up, but not the employees' payments. It's not reflecting, and rent is going up, and Dominicans have to live here first, and they make like $10 for the day on an 8-hour shift. So you know that's not a lot of money to us. We spend that on like Starbucks in the morning. I can remember I could go to Starbucks in the morning, and after a grande, what is it called, a venta, blondie or whatever it was called, and a bagel, that was like sometimes some people's whole work day here. So we do have to be mindful of that. Now, because prices have been going up like crazy here, I have been doing a lot of research for you guys. I've been so busy looking for places as a lot of you guys are wanting to sell your homes, and I want to hit on America and Canada. And also Canada, because Canada's money is not worth as much here at all. So a lot of Canadians are selling their homes in Canada. And they're like selling them for like, let's say 500,000. Let's say they're even 400,000 or even 700, 800,000. And they're thinking that they can come down here. Hey, Jay Jackson, how you doing, sweetheart? Martin. Today, diesel here in Sweden, it's almost $2 a liter, €2 per liter. Is that like $4? And then who's this right here? I think that says Bilma. Hi, Cerise. Greetings from New York. Hey, New York in La Casa. Oh my gosh, I just put up a story time today about New York. Oh, you guys watch it. I'm not going to say it right now, but I will later on. By the end of the video, I'll plug that story time. It was disturbing. Okay, so let's see. Yes, gasoline is expensive in around the world right now. That's really expensive, actually. And here it is just it's expensive. Like I said, if you in my other video, if you guys are looking for a private driver to take you around the island, make sure you get someone with a propane tank. There are two forms of gas here. There's people that have a propane tank in their car, and then there's people that have the regular gas tank. I always say if you have someone that has a propane tank, then they have the freedom to charge you a more reasonable price because the gas will be cheaper for them. So always look out for that here. There are some cars that have both. I'm looking into purchasing a vehicle soon. Can't believe I'm even saying that because I don't need one where I live. But I do want to do what I preach. And I always tell you guys, don't stay in Sosua constantly. So I do want to like rent out my place for about a month and take a road trip. I don't know. Like I want to go like to one place for a week, like probably Samana for a week, and then maybe Santo Domingo for a week, and then Santiago for a week. Nagua. I want to get to Nagua. I don't know why Nagua. I've never been there. I know a few people from there. But I just want to get there and I don't know why. You guys look up Nagua. I think it's spelled Nagua. My soul, my spirit is just saying, Cerise, go there. And we have to follow that voice within. So I do want to go there. So I want to first rent a car. A friend of mine, I told him get his license and we will go around the island and I'll bring him with me. It's the only thing is that I need to bring Noche with me. So yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking about buying a car. Now, if I buy a car, it definitely will be propane. So it's just going to be one of your Jeeps. I don't want anything fancy. I will get like an old Jeep, YJ Jeep, something where the top comes off that I can drive to the riverside and also throughout Sosua, because sometimes the gutters are so thick that you can't get around with a car that has the bottom skirts on it. Like that's just ridiculous. If you want to drive around a little sports car here, it's not worth it because the bottom of your car always gets, like the garment bottom will always be compromised. Mm. So that's gas. Gas is very expensive here. Groceries have gone through the roof, in my opinion. That's why I'm telling you guys to get out to the countryside and buy your groceries out there. And when I say countryside, I'm not talking about, countryside. Like in Toronto, when you say countryside, you're traveling for an hour, hour and a half before you get to a farmer. Not here in Sosua because it's such a small beach town and it is in the suburbs, right? Itself, the countryside is just like a hop, skip, and a jump away. But there are fincas there. Finca is farm in Espanol. And there's farms there and there's like meat farms, there's vegetable farms, there's a lot. And that's where you can go out and get your shopping done. There's also a guy here that delivers vegetables to your home. I'm going to contact him on WhatsApp most likely tomorrow or later today and ask him if he can bring me a delivery to Los Charamicos. And I'm going to do a video on that because if you guys are here, you can get food delivered. A lot of you guys have girlfriends here that live in like Plata and stuff like that, and you just want to have a food delivery sent to her and she doesn't have to go do grocery shopping. The other day I had a guy contact me and he's like, Cerise, I need your motor control's number. I'm like, why? And he's like, because my girlfriend told me that she has no groceries in the fridge and I don't want to send her money. She's always asking for money. I had enough of sending her money. I don't know what she's spending it on. So I want to buy the groceries and send the groceries to her. Oh, you men. You guys, it never cease to amaze me. So, of course, I have that delivery service where I'll send my moto concho. You guys don't pay me. You pay him. It's just employing Dominicans, right? I tried to do a moto service many years ago when I first got here, like 3 years ago. And it just didn't make sense because there's not a huge supply and demand for that. But if you are looking for somebody to deliver food to your girlfriend, even if she's pregnant or even if she like just doesn't feel like going shopping, I have someone that will go and do the shopping for her, and you just pay a couple of hundred pesos. A couple of hundred pesos is like, anywhere from $2 to $5, depending on how much shopping the motor concho has to do, and also, quite a lot more other things. So don't, let me see. Oh, wow, you guys are really pampering me today. Hey, Joseph. Hola, mi amor. And then that one, where does that say? Blue. All I can see is blue. There's a lot of sun shining in. Que lo que, Cerise? What's up? Hey, muy bien. You guys, for those of you who don't know, que lo que means what's up in Spanish. It's usually Queulue, but here in the Dominican Republic, we say que lo que, like short form. DC, Nagua is nice. I was there back in May. Oh, you see? I love it. I got to get there. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to bring you guys with me when I do go. Cedric, hello, Cerise from Kansas City, Missouri. I have a goal of owning land in the Caribbean. How is the market for buying land there? Very good question. I'm just going to get back to that. I'm going to read Martin. Dinner out on OK restaurant. How big will the hole in the wallet be? And David, hey, you, miss you. Hey, David, miss you too, sweetheart. Martin says, dinner out in a restaurant? Actually, dinner out in the restaurant's not really gone up through the roof yet. At the places that I go to, like right here at Pirates Bay, for like homemade ravioli, you can get it for like $10. I think that's a pretty good price. For a personal pizza, you can get it for like 300 pesos, $6, and it's made right in the oven over here. So the restaurants have not gone through the roof. I don't know. I mean, that's a good thing, obviously, but uh, when they do, the employees' pays will go up as well, hopefully. I go to a few choice restaurants and they all seem pretty good prices. They Prices have not really gone up too much. Canada, the prices are expensive in restaurants. I always found Canada very expensive. But let me get to the video right now, and then I'm going to get to your questions again. I want to give you a few scenarios on things that are misconceptions. Okay, so a family of four, a mother, a father, and two children, own a home in Canada. They bought their home for 300,000 back in the day. It's paid off, and now they're going to sell their home for 800,000. Okay? So that means they're going to make $500,000 on it. Awesome. They come here and they buy themselves a $300,000 home. Or they build, let's say, no. Let's not say $300,000 home. Let's try to keep it inexpensive. Let's say they go to Casa Linda and they buy a two-bedroom home in Casa Linda for 199,000. So that's 200,000. That means that they have 300,000 to play with. That's not going to last long. They're not going to live the rest of their life out. It's probably in their best interest, if they are planning on banking on that money for a while, to buy a piece of land and build a building on it. 6 apartments. Live in one of the apartments and rent the other ones out. Rent a couple out as Airbnb, rent a couple out as long term, and then the other ones just be flexible with, or be open to selling a few of them if you like. The reason why I'm saying this is because a girlfriend of mine and we were talking yesterday on WhatsApp, and she's just like, Cerise, you know what? Families are coming here thinking they can live off 1,500 a month, and it's just a misconception. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's very scary if families feel that they can sell their homes in Canada and come here and live off 1,500 a month. A single person can live here off 1,500 a month, working it the right way. Like, I'm talking about 500 for their rent, 600 for their rent. Actually, to be honest with you, a little bit more than that now. A one bedroom is like going for 700 now. You can get them around 450, but very few and far between. Okay, right now I came across one just about last week and rented it out to a client. It's 550, and he's taking it for 1 month. I don't even know if it's going to be available after that. I have someone that wants it for January, February, and March. So if you guys can get your apartment for that cheap, I would say keep it. Don't go running around this place. Don't go looking for the next best thing. It's not going to happen that much. And not only that, if you can get yourself an apartment at like 450 a month for a one bedroom, I would say keep it. Continue to pay that 400 every month and rent it out on Airbnb. Sublease it and get like a little business going on Airbnb, and have a management company here take care of it for you, or even your girlfriend if you have a girlfriend here. Get her to come in and manage it for you, because I would say that is one of the best things to do. You won't be able to do that for very much longer. And I feel like I'm scaring a lot of people, and I'm trying to, just, you know, um, be real and raw with you. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Roger Hicks. Just came to me. Sorry, Raj. I almost forgot. At least I remembered. If you guys want shouts out, let me know. You just WhatsApp me and I'll give you some shouts out, you know. But yes, I have right now 5 studios for sale, all at 55,000 each. And no, 50,000 each. Those are going to go up. Studio apartments for 50,000 US right over here in the tourist area. So for sure you're going to make money, because you're going to rent each one monthly for 500 easily. If one bedrooms are going for like 700, 650, 550, studios are going to be going for about 500. And you make your 500 every month depending on, what your expenses are. Right now I have one bedroom in Europa available. Europa is on Pedro Closante, one of the main roads in Sosua. 10-minute walk to the beach, close to close to 2 grocery stores, banks, pharmacies, restaurants, bars in the tourist area. I think I said that already. And it's going for 55,000. And you can do financing. You put down 20,000, or no, you put down 25,000, and you will have that, and then you pay 500 a month for 3 months. You can't beat that if you are looking for a property that you want to turn into a good income property, and you only have to put down 25,000. I don't know. I think that's a pretty good deal, and I don't have many of those any longer. And I'm getting like, wow. Let me see here. Jesse. Oh, okay. You bought an apartment in Europa. No, I didn't buy. No, I didn't buy. When I buy, it's probably going to be exactly like what I tell you guys, countryside. I might buy in the city here, but I don't think so. I'm not looking to become a landlord. Like, you guys require a lot of work out there in the world. When you guys come here from America, Canada, and around the world, you guys are a little picky. Some of you guys forget that you're living in a developing country. No, I'm looking for a compound. I'm looking where I can get off the grid a little bit more. So when I buy, it's going to be land, and I'm going to build, and I'm just going to build a sustainable home, something where I'm making my own water from the rain and solar panels. My whole idea is just off the chain. It's off the hook. It's not just buy a condo and rent it out, or live in it. My apartment that I live in now, I can move out and rent that out, sublease it, and I would just get someone to go in there and take care of it. But I don't want to buy and rent because I live here. I'm just talking about you guys that live in America and Canada, and you want something here because something becomes available and you have the money. Like this one apartment that I have right now, it's a condo, 1 bedroom, and it's beautiful. Hit me up, 829-702-7726. This is going to go probably in 1 week. Okay, because it's 55,000. Heart of Sosua, furnished, and on top of that, there's 24-hour guard. There's a bar downstairs. There's a pool. There's a restaurant, and there's also, it's close to everything. And the OH fees are only 170 a month. You can't beat that, right? So that's going to go really quickly, but I'm just putting it out there on this video because I want to be the one to sell that one. I just want to take a break for 1 second, guys, and do a paid promotion, little commercial. Last week I did one on hair product, and this week I want to do one on this. Do you guys see that? It is real honeycomb. I don't know if you guys can see that. Real honeycomb. And this is a beauty facial product. So it like there's the wax honeycomb and everything. You open this up, and for those of you who have bags under your eyes and the ones that get really gooey in the morning, you just take a little bit of that, dab it on when you first wake up, dab it on and leave it on for a few minutes, and it is amazing. I have been using a lot of natural products here, and I'm just so amazed with the natural products. My skin is feeling smooth, and I'm feeling like I'm looking a little bit younger. It all depends on how you feel, right? So I do feel like a lot better these days. And I feel like my skin is also a lot more resilient to the sun, and also just all the different changes in the weather. So that paid promotion right there, if you guys are looking for a little jar like this, it's 100 pesos for the stuff inside. If you want a jar like this, then it's 150 pesos. That's $3. You get a real honeycomb. Look at, and they package it for you and everything. It's pretty amazing. So you let me know. It's for cosmetic purposes. You can also squeeze out the honeycomb itself and put it on, like if you guys like to take garlic and honey in the morning, it's also a possibility. So I just wanted to share that paid promotion with you. A guy who owns a farm here, a beehive farm, is the one that's paying for this promotion today, and he wanted me to let you guys know about it. So, and I use it and I love it. I don't do any paid promotion commercials unless I use the product myself first. I have people contact me on the internet, and they're like, hey, I want to pay you for like a promotion. You can do a 15 to 30-second commercial in your live to airs or just before your videos, and we'll pay you. And the price that they want to pay is pretty good. But I didn't use the product. So even if they send the product to me here, it's at the end of the day, why would I be promoting all that when I can promote the island? And that's where my heart is. You guys know me. I rather promote the locals here, just because that's what it's all about. Let me see any messages right now. Um, Deborah, can monthly rent be deducted from bank for rentals, or do we pay rent with cash monthly? Okay, I'm gonna get back to that. Actually, you know what? Let me just answer that now, because that's actually a really important question, and I don't want to forget about that one. So you have a choice. If your landlord is a foreigner and they live in, like, let's say Germany, or they live in Canada, you can pay the Canadian or the German or American directly, or you can pay to their management company here. You can set it up online. But I always say, a lot of people are like, okay, they set it up online, and I always say pay cash. People like cash. Cash is king, so they say, right? Or queen. And with cash, you can make a lot more different negotiations. You can pay cash, and sometimes you can pay in pesos. If you, at first, they'll tell you, okay, you can pay in pesos, but it has to be the equivalent of American dollars, right? Whatever the exchange is for that day. But then once you're here for like a couple of months, and the management company or the landlord gets to like you, and you're a likable person, you're an easy tenant, you could usually talk them down and pay in pesos the same amount every month, and not have to just pay American dollars, like the equivalent of the exchange rate going up and down. And so I would say always pay in cash if you can. You know, here it just works out in your favor. Then that way, but then a lot of people, they don't want to deal with cash. So it really depends. If you rent from a Dominican landlord here, chances are you're going to be paying cash all the time because that's what they want, and they don't want to have to go to the bank, and they don't want to have to do all that. Especially if it's an older landlord that may not even have a bank account and just has the rental place. Maybe they have 5 places in their building that they're renting out, and they don't want to have to go to the bank and do all that banking. They just want the cash. So you should always talk to your landlord about it and what suits you best. All right, what suits you. Sometimes and especially now, there are apps. Like, so for instance, I'm with Santa Cruz, and they have an app now, so you can get everything deposited in your bank account pretty easily. And also, you just get the bank account of the landlord if they have the app or a bank account, and you can send it electronically. Things are really picking up here. You can even pay your bills online now, so it really depends on you. But if, let's say, you're paying your rent and it's $500 a month, and then after 4 months you're there, and you say, listen, can you negotiate a little bit and put it down to 450? It's between you and the landlord, right? So you're not stuck to a certain price. But if you're coming here and you got a really good deal on your apartment, and you just want to pay through the bank, and you have a Dominican bank account and they have a Dominican bank account, definitely pay through the bank. You can send it straight to their bank account. So absolutely. Now, if you get a rental place here and you want to do a rental place, it's also quite easy to do that. Um, and then there is, sorry guys, it's really sunny. Okay, Hotel Europa is a nice spot. Ramona Bar is nice, yep. And accommodations are reasonable. Easy, yes, especially for the price. Absolutely, you're right. And Ramona's is a really good restaurant as well. Um, can you eat it? Yes, you can eat this. You can eat this. Definitely. And you can also just get the honey if you like just the honey. Um, Jody says, nice. Honey is a powerhouse for our skin. Absolutely. Martin, love cash. Yeah, here cash is king. And yes, the honey here is amazing. I mean, to be able to get a honeycomb. Let me see. Let me see if I can open this one. This one's mine anyway, so. Real honeycomb. I love it. I mean, you don't see that every day in Canada. The honey that they sell in the stores in Canada is not even real honey. Most of it is processed sugar and all this other stuff. So yeah, Jody, you're right. It is a powerhouse for the skin, and you don't need a lot. Just one little drop along here. Especially men, I find these days, a lot of them get bags, and especially after 50, if they wear glasses. So this honey, you just go like this, dab it on, and you're good. So yeah, the prices are going up. So my friend and I were speaking yesterday, and she's like, you know what? She works out of Casa Linda. And she's like, Cerise, a couple of families came here. They sold their house in Canada. They got a few $100,000. She's like, if you're not coming here to work and you think you're going to bank a couple of $100,000 for the rest of your life, it's not going to happen. And that's why, after her and I were talking, I was like, yeah, if people are coming here thinking that they're going to live cheaply, that's not the issue. That's not possible any longer. Not at all. Now you can come here and live less expensive than Canada and America. Absolutely. What you would get for 700 here, you wouldn't even get 700 in Canada, right? But here you could pay 2,300 for rent. Let's say in Casa Linda, 2-bedroom house. You're not going to get that in Canada for 2,300 a month. You're going to get like a little two-bedroom apartment somewhere, or three-bedroom apartment somewhere. Definitely not downtown. Definitely not in a gated community. Definitely not your private pool, security at the front, restaurant that delivers on the premises. Absolutely not. There's no way you're going to get that in Canada. But a lot of people are saying here, oh, 2000 is a lot. Not here, but visitors that are coming here, that have been coming here for years. They're like, oh my gosh, Cerise, I can't believe it's 2,300 for an apartment, or sorry, for a house. And I'm like, that's for a house, a whole house, two-bedroom, beautiful backyard, barbecue area, your private pool. Beautiful. You can't go wrong. But it's difficult for them because they're looking for a better deal. And those deals are few and far between now in Sosua. And I feel like I'm repeating myself so much every week, but it's just the reality of what's happening all around the world. And here, when we closed down for 3 months, when the world went crazy, we closed down for 3 months. And you know what happened here? They realized for the first time in history that they don't need tourism, that they can survive without tourists. And that was powerful. That was eye opening. It was an awakening for this country. And people were like, oh my gosh, the Dominican Republic is going to implode. People were contacting me and they were like, Cerise, you better leave. People are going to be starving. People are going to be this and that. And I'm like, no, actually, you know what? If they're starving in my community, we'll come up with something. I'll do some specials. Like I'll get money from people around the world, or we'll do some charity funds or whatever. I'm not leaving where I live at all. And I believed in I believed in the government. I believed in the people here. And people were like, you watch. And a month in, people are going to be killing each other. And I'm like, what? You don't know Dominicans. Maybe that's in some other foreign countries, but not here. Dominicans, and it was very true to the Dominican lifestyle, because Dominicans, if they were hungry, they were sharing rice. They were, eating less meat. They were eating more beans. They were eating things that were more filling, like, oatmeal in the morning. They would just eat mangoes and avocados from the tree. And, they were eating what was the fat of the land. And you just can't do that anywhere around most places around the world. And that's exactly what the Dominican Republic realized when they closed down here for 3 months. We realized here that, it is possible to live here without tourism. So, with that being said, Louis Abinadir was like, whoa, focus on the Dominicans and make sure that the Dominican families are growing. And that's exactly what he's doing. And he's making sure that tourism is happy as well. The tourism sector is, picking up and everything like that. But this place is not just for tourists any longer. It's for the Dominicans. So that's exactly what happened here. And also, foreigners that own land here, and foreigners that own buildings here, apartments and condos and villas, they too started to recognize that, oh my gosh, there's like no more high season. Once it opened up here and once the world went back to somewhat normal, people haven't stopped coming. It just got busy and it hasn't stopped. Before, I would have like a few apartments available. Right now, I have one apartment available. And so when you guys contact me for apartments, I have to go to I have to go and talk to people. Like before, I would just go through a database. I had it in my cell phone, I had it in a book, and I also had it on my laptop. And I would just go through a database, and I knew what was available and what was not available. Right now, I have one place, a 3-bedroom, 1,100 a month. Gracias, amor. Sí, una más. Sí, gracias. You know, and now I'm not able to do that. Now it's like, when you guys want an apartment, I go looking for you guys. I literally go looking, whether it's beating the concrete on the streets, knocking on doors, asking anyone that I know, or if it's contacting real estate agents now. Even real estate agents are contacting me now. Imagine real estate agents that didn't want to have anything to do with a vlogger before. I came here and I just started to do real estate off the hop, and they're like, "Who's this chick?" And now they're like, "Hey, Cerise, how are you? Do you have a two-bedroom for my client? He wants it for this much, and this is his budget, and this is how long he wants it for." And these are real estate agents that are like, have listings upon listings. So it's busy here, and that's why the prices are going up as well, because of supply and demand. And it's getting harder and harder to supply people with the demand that's going on here. So that's good for you guys that are getting in on buying right now and going to rent it out as a business. You could definitely do that. Put it on Airbnb. I know Airbnb is doing very well right now. But if you're looking, most people are looking for monthly rent. And that I didn't even, before the world closed down, most people were coming for like just a month. They were like, "Hey, Cerise, just a month, just to come try it. A few weeks, just to try it, 3 weeks." Now people are talking about, "Hey, Cerise, how are you? I'd like a consultation, please. I'm going to be getting my pension soon, and I want to move down to the Dominican Republic." And it's amazing how people are just boogieing down here. Hold on one second, guys. It's okay. Gracias, amor. So yeah, it's amazing how you guys are just like, "Nope, moving down here." You right away, you're just moving now. But I do want to say, if you are a family, that scenario of you coming down here and thinking you can live on $1,500 a month, no, you cannot. Even if you own your home, you have to take into consideration the price of food every month, transportation. Electricity is not so bad. But if you're homeschooling your kids, I guess that's not so bad. But a lot of people want to put their kids into school for the year. It's going to cost you money. But I mean, if anything is doable, so I don't want to discourage you guys, okay? If you want to live on 1,500 a month, I'm pretty sure it is doable if you buy a place, have it built out in the countryside, homeschool, and you have your own chickens and you have your own eggs, and you also are like, you're making your own vegetables in the garden and your own fruits. You could definitely do it if you're living off the fat of the land. You can probably do that for under 1,500 a month, to be honest with you, right? Like, and it might sound, some people might be like, "Oh my gosh, she wants to do all that." I do, but I don't have children and I don't have a husband or a boyfriend. But as soon as I do, him and I will be doing that. Obviously, if he's open to it. Well, obviously, if he's going to be my boyfriend or my husband, he'd have to be open to that. He'd have to want to do that himself as well. Compatibility, right? But that's what that is. A lot of you guys, you just want to come and you want to have the beach life, and you want to live in Casa Linda, gated community, private pool, and live it up. And you could probably do that for about a good year, but then you're going to have a job. So, the ideal scenario, I think, for a family that is selling off everything and coming here is if you guys have an online job, like a husband working online, or the wife, or even both of you guys. Like, also a few jobs that you can get here teaching English, but not a lot of people have money to pay to learn English. Um, you guys can teach online. There's a lot of jobs that you guys can do, online jobs that are becoming available now as well. So don't give up and don't get discouraged. But just remember that Sosua is a lot more expensive right now, and so is Cabarete. That's all. And The food prices are really expensive. Let me look at some of these messages. I don't know if I should order a pizza here today or if I should. Who's that? Oh my gosh, I can't see. NFN. Peace Queen. Hey, thank you. DC. Unless you have a guaranteed revenue stream, you will still need to work if you move to the DR. Oh my gosh, you're so right, DC. Let me get to some of these other messages before I go on. What's that say? Worldly rider. They can't survive without tourists. The expats helped a lot. They can survive without tourists, and they did survive without tourists for 3 months. And I lived here, and I can tell you, it was amazing to see all the communities come together and work together. And it worked for 3 months. And they weren't starving for everything to open up. Just like you guys around the world, we wanted the businesses to open up again. That's all. But tourism is important. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that once we noticed here that tourism is not the only backbone here, right? It's one of the backbones. It's one of the major streams of income here that's really important to the island, 100%. But it's this island is able to survive on its own, right? When you really think of it, there's only a few places on the island that are filled with tourists. The rest of the island is pretty much Dominican. Punta Cana, Samana, Puerta Plata, and all those places are really tourism. But then when you have places like other places, they're really just Dominican, and they survive in little towns. I don't even know how some little towns out in Rio San Juan, like little areas, some of the people don't even leave their neighborhoods. They make their money selling oranges. They make their money selling pineapples. It's like your old-fashioned barter system. If they don't, sometimes they don't even need money. Sometimes they just need some food, and they'll go to the farmer with meat, and they'll give a few pineapples, a few fruits and vegetables for a little bit of meat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that here. But yeah, tourism does have a big impact here, 100%. But I wouldn't, it wasn't so, it was a wake up call to see that this island is cool on its own. You know? It was a real wake up call for everyone. A lot of people panicked for me. They're like, Cerise, no. Joe says, soon come. Are you Jamaican? Joe says they definitely need tourism. Al, hola Cerise, ¿cómo estás? Bien, gracias a Dios. And then Worldly says, that's because the rest of the world is full of ridiculous people. Thank you. The rest of the world is a little off sometimes. Deborah, what about the prices in Puerto Plata? Deborah, very good question. The prices in Puerto Plata are less expensive. Jesse, prices are definitely higher around the world, so it's no surprise prices in the DR are going up. That's right. I was surprised though, Jesse. The other day when I did my grocery shopping for salami, you guys look at that video. I'm like, in the video, I'm like, oh my gosh, prices are going up, you know? And the salami was so expensive. When Noche was a baby, I'm going to get back to the question about Deborah about Puerto Plata because it's an important one. But when I first got here, I could get a salami about this big for Noche. And I just slice it up, fry it for her, whatever. Her nice little treats that she likes, you know. 300 pesos for a whole entire salami. And now it's 300 pesos for just a few slices. I'm like, what? That doesn't even make sense. But I don't know. It still doesn't make sense with me thinking about it. I'm wondering if maybe if he went and got it from like another place, it'd be cheaper. Grocery shopping here, you have to be strategic. Now, you can't just go to one grocery store. I think the one in Los Charamicos is expensive. I'm going to have to say. I need to go there myself. But Puerto Plata is less expensive, guys, for rent. The reason why is because it's not a huge tourist attraction like how Sosua is. Any place that has more tourists, a beachfront the way Sosua has right now. Let me just turn the camera around and show you guys like the beach right there. You see down there all those umbrellas? Behind those trees are a lot of restaurants, a lot of restaurants. Um, and they they cater to tourism. That's what they're there for. They're not there just for the locals. They're there for tourism. So anytime you see that many umbrellas going all the way down the beachfront and that many tourists, then prices are going to be expensive. When I first got here, they were not expensive, right? And they're still not expensive, but they're not for the person that's looking for $300 a month for rent. When I first got here, yeah, you could do 350 for rent. But now when people get at me, they're like, Cerise, 300 for rent, and I'm like, no, I can't find you a place here for that little any longer. The least I have is 450, 500. That's the least I have, and that's not even available right now. They're rented out, like big time rented out. I have a couple of places in Bate where a few guys, they rent it from me in those places a year and a half ago, and they held on to their places. And as soon as they move out, those places are going up to 600. As soon as they rent, as soon as they move out, the landlord's not going to put it up on them now because, obviously they're there and they're paying their rent for over a year. And the landlord's not going to go and say, okay, 600 now, not like that. Mm. And there is no rent cap either, right? Like legal rent cap. If they want to charge you, they can charge you as much as they want, right? Just depends on what they think their place is worth. But what I'm saying is, yeah, it's going to start getting more and more expensive. Now, Puerta Plata City does have a beach front, but nothing like Sosua beachfront. It just, I don't even know if you can swim in that water, but here you can swim in this water in Sosua Beach. Playa Alicia, down a little bit more, it's a little rougher. Playa Chiquita, over a little bit more, is rough. It's rough, period. Cabarete is getting rougher. But Sosua, right here, the bay is still holding up nicely. You can still swim in it. Some days it's a little rough. The waves are really high, but it's still like a natural, calm beach. Cabarete is more for surfers, I would say. Not a, there's different spots where you can swim, different spots. But on the main beach itself, where there are a lot of restaurants, I find that beach is very unpredictable, very temperamental. Some days it just it ebbs all the way up, flows all the way down. Like it just is unpredictable, Cabarete Beach. Although it's beautiful, they're all beautiful. And if you're a person that just likes to be by the beach and hear the water, then there is no perfect place. You can pick anywhere. If you're a person that likes to be in Puerto Plata, like with more locals, you're safe. I don't think there's a perfect place. I think there's a perfect place for you. I found my place in Los Charamicos. I was speaking to my friend last night. Him and I were hanging out at my place and we are chit chatting about, since I've been here and everything. We're just catching up. And, he's like, Cerise, you really love Los Charamicos. Like, you found your spot. And that's what you have to do when you come here. I want to lightly touch on something that is unpredictable, but it's about jail and prison here. Okay. And the reason why I want to say this is because the guy who gave me this advice to give to you, I'm going to do a private video on this, but I guess this is a little story time. You guys know I like to throw a little story time into my live to airs because there's a lot of drama that goes on behind the scenes sometimes. So there's a Canadian, and he's been following me on YouTube for a while. He's from Toronto as well. Shouts out, you know who you are. And so he came here watching my videos. He came here and he said, Cerise, I'm coming to the Dominican Republic. I like the life you're living there. I'm going to come check it out. When he got here, he said it's not his place. He likes Thailand and he likes Puerto Rico and he likes places like that, and he's like, Sosua is not his place. He doesn't want to be here. He can't get out quickly enough. He's out of here like in the next little while. Well, what happened was, he told me a story about a friend of his. And he was at a bar and there was someone that caused problems. A fight broke out between two foreigners. Both of them ended up going to jail and to the hospital. And when they got to jail, the one that was more beat up, even though he was the instigator, he was in less problems, right? So the person that beat him up had to pay for his legal services, had to pay for his hospital fees and everything. Meanwhile, the guy was drunk, causing problems in a bar, got beat up, right? And then the guy that beat him up, I'm not saying that violence is proper. It's not at all. But all I'm saying is that it's a little bit tricky here. So for those of you that are coming, this is just like a gem, a piece of information. Those of you that are coming here, don't think that you can get drinking and drunk and it's free. Like because you do feel the freedom here. But don't think because it's free that once you get drunk and fighting, you can just pay off a cop. No, not at all. My buddy said to me that his buddy ended up spending 3,000 American to get himself out of problems. And he busted up that guy quite big, like a lot, you know? And it was just ridiculous. So I just want to say, Sosua is not his place. His place is not even the Dominican Republic. He loves the people, he loves the vibe, but it's just not his place. So when you do come here, and if you do like it and you find that it's your place, then you might have to do a little bit further investigation and a little bit more research to see where in the Dominican Republic is your place. I like Sosua. I like Sosua because of the tourism and the business. I'm a businesswoman and I love doing business, but I also love helping people. You know, I love helping people. I'm a Sigma. Do you remember last week, some of you watching my video, I said to you that I'm an introvert? I'm like, I'm not an alpha, but I'm kind of like an alpha, but like I'm an introvert. Like I'm an extrovert, but an introvert. Well, I did a little research on that and I found out that I'm actually a Sigma. There's 6 different personality types. There is, let me see if I can remember them off the top of my head. I'm going to be doing some videos on these, some Spanish videos and English videos, because I believe that they're going to help people understand humanity just in general. But there's 6 different personality types. There is your alpha, your beta, your gamma, your delta, your sigma, and your, of course I forgot the other one. I'm going to get my notes right here because I want you guys to know them. And I want you guys to understand them because those personality traits exist all around the world. And if you know how to deal with humanity, you'll be able to deal with those personality traits even when you're here. So there's delta, gamma, beta, sigma, omega is the one that I was forgetting. And then there is alpha. So let's go through them together. Alpha, beta, omega, sigma, gamma, delta. Those 4 different personality traits. So if you are an alpha, you might want to calm that down a little bit while you're here, especially if you're out at the bars, the clubs, and you let things get to your head and you're a leader and, blah, blah, blah. You might have to humble yourself just a little bit. especially when you get drinking, because you don't want to get yourself into problems. I'm a Sigma. That's my personality. I loved it. I almost cried. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a Sigma. Let me see some of these comments here. Razor Rays, what's up? Still way cheaper than NYC, so I'm good. Laugh out loud. You're right. You're so right. Jesse says supply chain has been disrupted. Import export costs have raised. Oh, have been raising costs has to be. Oh, okay. Wait. Costs have raising costs has to be offset somehow. Ooh, you're so right. And then there's NFN. Let's get those likes up, family. Aw, thank you. Yeah, guys, hit that like button. And then we have Randor. What's up? How are you? Then we have Tommy Lee. Don't forget the simp. Tommy Lee. Do you know that's the name of a singer from a group called Motley Crue back in the day. Smoking in the boys' room. I was smoking in the boys' room. They also had a song called Home Sweet Home. I always have to have a song in my head, guys. For those of you who always tell me stop singing, I have two words for you. No way. Singing is such joy to the soul. All right, so let's talk about NYC for a moment. As I'm sitting here, you know what? As I'm sitting here, I'm looking down to the beach and I see a lot of the vendors that I know. And they're walking from one end of the beach to the other all day long. Back and then forth. Back and forth. Back, forth and forth. That's Aaliyah. Anyway, I have so much on my mind right now. I'm going to get to it all. But yeah, these guys are walking back and forth. So make sure you just tip them when they do try to, strike a deal with you. A lot of the times I'll say to them, let me give you an example. I'll just give you an example of a banana, right? I'll say, how much is a banana? They say 10 pesos. For example, I never buy one banana, but I'm just saying 10 pesos. Okay. I might hustle them. I might, try to negotiate and be like 5 pesos. Come on. And they will say, okay, 5 pesos. I will give them the 10 just to surprise them. They give me room to hustle. They give me room to give them more, but they all know my thing now. They all know. Here, the vendors are like, oh, she's only hustling just for the point of it, but she's going to still pay the price of it. And I do. Okay. So New York City. I got a message the other day from Dominicans that live in New York, and they experienced a little bit of discrimination at a restaurant. I put the story time up today, and it is so disturbing and so disgusting what happened. Um, they put caca in the food. And of course, I did my research as well just to see, and caca does not kill anyone. As a matter of fact, it is a thing. Some people eat it in order to become well, soldiers and stuff like that. They'll eat like camel caca. But I just want to say that if any of you are like that and you happen to be listening to this message and you're hateful and racist and mean and you discriminate, let's stop that right now in the world. We don't have time for that any longer. Humanity is changing. If you are, you got that needle and someone else didn't get the needle, don't hate them because they didn't get the needle. If you are someone who didn't get the needle and you are very adamant not to get it and your friend or your family member got the needle, don't hate them for getting the needle. Like we cannot allow ourselves to be gobbled up and eaten up by all of the hoopla. We still have to remember our character, and we still have to remember our heart and our soul and love people. So, That's another reason why I'm bringing out my books. I'm working hard on these videos as well, on the different personality traits, because I want to start offering those out. I actually started a brand new YouTube channel. I haven't put anything up on it, but I put the name is Sigma, not Alpha, because I'm a Sigma, not an Alpha. All these years I thought I was just an introverted Alpha, because I am an Alpha, like I am a strong leader. But then when it was brought to my attention that, I'm a Sigma, because Sigmas are like alphas but introverted, I was like, oh my gosh, that's my personality. And some of you guys might be the same way. So I'm going to make these videos so I can help you understand that there's these different personality types, and like 5 fingers on a hand, each finger has a different purpose to create the movement of the hand. We have to realize that's what society is all about as well. I don't want to preach. You guys know I'm a soul coach, and I'm not a preaching soul coach. I never really offer too much of that. I know how to keep things separate and compartmentalize my videos as such. But I don't. Sorry, I thought I felt a bug on me. But I don't want you guys discriminating at all. And I hear it here a lot when a lot of people come down here to live here. And then after maybe about a month, they're like, oh, Dominican, or how Dominicans are. And I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Actually, no. Why don't you tell me? Tell me how Dominicans are. And when I start doing that, the gringos, or the foreigners go, oh, well, you know what I mean, And I'm like, no, 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 go ahead. And I wait. And then they're like, well, Cerise, we know you hang around a lot of Dominicans, and, you might, no, 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 go ahead. Explain your piece. And then what they say does not make sense to me. Kind of like what someone just said right here. It may be getting higher here, the prices, but it's not as high as New York, right? So why squabble about certain prices? Know what your budget is. Know what you are expecting. And then you can get a consultation with myself, or you can come down here and figure things out yourself. And then when you get down here, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, this area over here is my spot. And I know I can pay in like rent there and travel to Sosua for this much, that much, But don't discriminate with people around the world, and don't get angry with the prices. And also don't expect to live a cheap lifestyle here. It's not cheap. It is cheaper. It is cheaper. But for what you still may pay a certain price, but you're going to get a lot more. Okay? Like, you're not going to pay a lot less. You still are going to pay certain prices, but you'll get a lot more bang for your buck. How about we say it like that? The buck may still be, let's say you get, oh, I don't know. I'm looking at my laptop on the table, and I'm like, no, laptops are all the same prices. Everything is still the same prices when it comes to gadgets and stuff like that. Like, they just are. But when we get to rent and food and everything and land, that's when you do cut a little bit of a break. So, me, I want to buy out a little bit in Bella Vista, Maranata. There's a few pieces of land for sale in Charamicos, but it's way too expensive. So, I rather just work with the rent. And in Sosua, I would say that the land is very expensive in Sosua. But you can still get apartments there if you guys are looking to buy it and rent it out. If you guys are looking to buy and live in it, like live here, then you don't need Sosua. You can, oh my gosh, you can live across the water. You can live in Plata. You can live in Cangrejo. You can live in, Los Charamicos. You can live in all different places. Gaspar Hernandez, Rio San Juan, Veragua, Islaban, Sabaneta, at such a lower cost, and come here through like public transit in like 15 minutes, 45 minutes. And you don't need to come to Sosua every day anyway. I live in Sosua. across the water over there, and I'm not outside every day. I came out. I've been inside since I don't think I was outside since Friday. Friday. Saturday I was in the house. Sunday I was in the house. Monday I was in the house. Tuesday I was in the house. And I came out today to do my live to air and to chill out. And I'll probably go to Flip Flop and get a salad after this. And, you know, head back home. Right now, if I lived in the countryside, I would just come to Sosua once a week and do a beach day, visit everyone, and stuff like that. And oh, no, no, no. I was out Saturday actually. I did a video with Vanessa at Velvet Lounge. And then I went out to Cabarete and I went to a birthday party there for my friend's boyfriend. And yeah, so I haven't been out since Saturday. But I mean, if I lived in the countryside, I would only pick a day that I needed to come. And that would be for a special occasion or for a beach day to say hi to everyone and catch up on things, right? If you are a person that is a family and you want to live here in the Dominican Republic, I would suggest to you to look outside of Sosua and look at Sabaneta, and then you can do that 1,500 a month because you're not paying OHA fees for your condo or for your house in a gated community. And you're also not going to pay the expensive prices in the international grocery stores here. You can really get more bang for your buck. Even Maranata, you can buy a house already built and you just put a little fence up around it and you're good if you're afraid. Some people are afraid. They feel like they need that sense of security. So they put the fence up. But a lot of people don't crap in their own backyard. If you're living in a neighborhood, very few times are people going to, if they live next door to you, rob you. Because obviously you'll know who it is by the next day. Dominicans will tell on other Dominicans. Let's see. Randor is one of my sweethearts here. Don't forget the simp. I love that, Tommy. Jesse, what restaurant are you at? I am right now at Pirates Bay. And then we have Timothy that says not truthful. Be more specific. What is not truthful? I would actually love to combat you on that one, because everything I just said is truth. Hashtag truth. 100%. And I live by what I just said. So let's hear what you meant by not truthful. Elaborate. But I'm at Pirates Bay right now. Pirates Bay is an Italiano restaurant overlooking Sosua Bay. Beautiful place. I usually like to come here on Saturdays for karaoke, and it is an awesome vibe. They dance on the stage right here. They even teach a little bit of dancing lessons. It's cool, really, really cool. And they have like homemade pasta, handmade, like, what are those things called? Ravioli. Really, really good food here. And pizza from the outside oven. A great, great spot. And you can also see, let me just turn the camera around for you guys here. You can also see the bay, Sosua Bay. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to let you go now. I really wanted to check in and just let you know, if you're coming here and you think you're going to live a cheap lifestyle, that's not possible. Not at all. Someone contacted me today for a condo, and he said his budget was, well, yesterday he contacted me and he said his budget was 60,000. And I was like, oof, I don't think I can get you something for 60,000. I have an unfurnished one for 70,000, but then let me have a look around. So I did all my looking around, blah, 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 blah. And, when I first got here, I don't think people were looking to work with me too much because I was just this person that came in like a bull in a china shop. I didn't realize Sosua was so small. I didn't realize that everyone was on the pulse of watching everyone. And now I do understand that. And fortunately for me, my reputation is important to me. So I maintain that, because when I was on the radio in Canada and everything, I always wanted to have a good reputation. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a saint. I may be an angel, but I'm not a saint. But I just like to have a good reputation. So fortunately for me, I had that consciousness, and now people are working with me. So as soon as I put the word out for something, owners and real estate agents alike are right on the button for me, and they're right there for me, and they're like, what do you need? Just like that. So yesterday when I put the word out that I'm looking for someone, they have I didn't say 60,000. He told me his budget is 60,000. I said that his budget was 55,000 because I like to under promise and over deliver. So I got back to him and I'm like, here's a place for 55,000. And he's like, can you get it down to 50? I'm like, dude, ¿qué pasa? Like, what's on? What's up? What's happening here? Like, it's 5,000 under your budget in the middle of Sosua, and you want to squabble. And I said to him, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm putting the video up on YouTube, and then it's going to go up in price because some people are going to look at the value of it and be like, yo, I'll take it for 60. Someone else will be like, I'll take it for 60,000, 65,000, Cerise. And that's what's happening a lot lately. Someone will contact me and they'll be like, do you have anything for this price? To the point where I don't even have time to put them up on videos any longer. I have one that I put up a few days ago, but only because it was unfurnished at 70,000, and I thought that was a little expensive. Still beautiful, still located here in Sosua in a very good spot. So even if you do buy it, I stand by it, and I can help you get furniture for it. But still, 70,000 is a little pricey, right? Because they just did the whole renovations on it. If they were adding furniture with it, I'd be right on board with it. But because it's going to be a little difficult to sell, I put it up on my YouTube channel. And so, that I can understand. But 55,000, you guys are not going to find that so easily. Whoops. My battery is about to run out, guys, and I am not able to see. Let me see something. Here we go. I might not be able to say goodbye because you guys know how I do it. Oh my gosh. Hey Donald, hey, how you doing, sweet? How you doing, sweetheart? I'm reading and also responding at the same time. I'm doing good. Jesse says, I don't think I have been to that restaurant before. Oh my gosh, you got to come try it out. Pirates Bay. Let's say you're going to the beach, don't make the left hand turn to the beach. Just keep going straight to the end of the street, and it's right there. You were speaking about, Dominicans are, and the worst you can say is Dominicans are untruthful. I didn't say Dominicans are untruthful. Go back through the video and watch it from the beginning, please. Maybe I was referencing someone. Dominicans are not. If you're on here to put Dominicans down and you're watching my channel, I'm the first one that's going to take up for Dominicans. So Timothy or whoever you are, learn to get to know better Dominicans. There's people all around the world who are untruthful, but no, I cannot bunch all one culture up as one person. Different people, there's different personalities, as I was saying, 6 different personalities all around the world, depending on how you were raised, who you were raised by. So no, Dominicans that are watching this channel, Dominicans that know me, know that I always stick up for Dominicans and I love them. So I don't know what you're talking about untruthful. And if you're talking bad about them, you better you better learn about some other people here who are really good. And if you think I was talking bad about Dominicans, then go back and watch the video from the beginning so you know me. And go watch all the rest of my videos so you know me. All right, Ryan says cheap depends on what you're comparing it to. That's 100% right. And then we have Timothy. I don't know what you're saying, bro. Then we have DC. I enjoyed this live. See you next month. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. See you next month, sweetie. Then we have Jay Smith. Hey, Jay Smith. It's cheap. It's cheaper than The USA and UK, absolutely. A Daniel. The folks looking for cheap are the same ones paying 1,800 for a studio apartment in the US. Yes, that's true. J Smith, yep, way cheaper. Someone else. Sorry, guys, I'm not able to see much here. J Smith says, yep. Then we have Brian. I think Africa and Southeast Asia is cheaper than DR. Oh, I've been hearing this. And I'm going to travel again. Living life golden. Be there tomorrow. Awesome. JJ Jackson Jeter. Kaboom. Just walked in the room. How you doing, sweetheart? Then we have virtual. Sorry, guys. It's just the sun and also low battery. I'm going to bring you a solar charger. I have one. Oh, not a solar. Actually, I have an external charger. Ryan, laugh out loud. Timothy, true. You are misconstruing everything. Okay. If I'm misconstruing you, then misconstruing your comment, then I apologize from the bottom of my heart. But no, uh, I find everyone around the world, whoever they are, wherever they come from, can be untruthful. But I find Dominicans amazing, and I always stick up for them because my group of Dominicans that I chill with are hardworking business people, and no matter if they live in New York and they come here to visit, no matter what, they just have a certain vibe about them that I click with, and I love that. So no, I would never put down a culture that I live in. I would sooner leave. I don't even like saying those words because I never ever imagine myself leaving here. But my battery is going to run out, and I do want to say to you guys, I love you, and thank you so much for subscribing. Take a chance on my channel. Go ahead and subscribe. I try to upload every day for you, something different every day. I never know what I'm going to upload. But tomorrow I'm going to do a video on the exchange rate here. And then I'm also going to do a video on taxes for visa at the airport when you leave. I'm going to try to get both of those videos up tomorrow, two different videos. They're both just going to be short videos, probably about 10 minutes each or less. And just to give you information on where you can look for the exchange rate here if you want to pay in pesos, but it has to be the equivalent of American dollars. And then also, if you don't want to get your visa, you're here for a month and you're like, you know what? I don't want to extend my visa. I just want to pay the tariff at the airport when I leave. Then I'm going to put those prices out. I've already done that video before a couple of times, but there's nothing like doing another one because sometimes those videos get buried. And I tell people, go check the video, and you guys can't find it. So I don't mind doing another video on that again. Okay? So look out for that. And yes, condos and studios. If you guys are looking for an investment property, you don't want to buy land, you don't want to build, you just want something off the hop, something that's already booked up. Like for instance, I have one for 55,000, like I said, right now, and it is already booked up with clients for December, January, and February. You buy that, and you already have people booked in that already, and the people are booked. So you are good. You're pretty much good, and you know that it's a rental property, and you can be where you are and just rent it out. Even have the same management company take care of the condo. Okay, so those are some things that I really want to put out and stress to you guys, that it is still possible to get those apartments, but I can't see them being like that in May. I really don't see that happening. And I don't want to discourage you guys, especially you guys that are saving money, and maybe you can connect with someone else. I have a lot of people contact me and they're like, Cerise, I only have 50,000 saved up. Like, and the place that I want to get is 80,000. Do you know someone else that will go halves with me? I get that all the time from you guys. And it's a little tricky trying to balance it because I'm really busy, but at the same time, a couple of times I have tried to connect you guys, but one person will go and buy with someone else. And, so I'm going to start creating a database of people who want to not go into a timeshare, but want to connect with another person. And most of you guys are good. I would just connect the two of you and you guys buy together, and everything would be legal. You would have your lawyer and everything. Okay, so that is another option. Buy with someone else, especially if you're a single person and you don't come here, or you do come here, you've never been here before. You can connect with another one of my viewers, and there's no way that person can take the property from you, right? Especially if you guys are both in America or whatever and you guys are just renting it out here. And you can sell it off to that person later on in a year from now when that property is worth even more. The prices are not going down here. They're just going to go up and up and up and up through the roof because it is paradise. It literally is a place where people come and live very happily. It's not only because of the less expensive living, but also because of the culture and the people. So it's a beautiful destination, whether you're buying or living, relocating.